Welcome back, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of United Kingdom 3 pence coins and uncovering the top 4 most valuable examples that collectors should definitely know about. The 3 pence, also known as the threepenny bit, has a rich history in British coinage, spanning several reigns and featuring unique designs, mint marks, and conditions that can make certain coins exceptionally valuable. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 3 pence dated 1943, examined specifically in rusty or heavily corroded condition. At first glance, a damaged coin like this might seem insignificant, but appearances can be deceiving. Even coins in poor condition can carry historical importance and surprising value, especially when they are tied to a dramatic period such as World War II. In this video, we will uncover why the 1943 3 pence still attracts collectors, how its condition affects demand, and what kind of auction market value it can achieve today in US dollars. The year 1943 was one of the most intense periods of the Second World War, and Britain was fully committed to the war effort. Everyday life was shaped by rationing, air raids, and material shortages, and coin production was no exception. The 3 pence coin played an important role in daily transactions, as it was widely used for small purchases such as food items and public transport. By this time, the Royal Mint was focused on practicality rather than beauty, producing coins that could circulate efficiently despite limited resources. The 1943 3 pence reflects this wartime reality, making it a powerful historical artifact rather than just loose change from the past. The 1943 UK 3 pence is most commonly found in its brass, 12-sided form, a design first introduced in 1937. This distinctive shape made it easy to identify by touch, even in low light or for those with visual impairments. The obverse features the portrait of King George VI, a symbol of stability during uncertain times, while the reverse displays a crowned thrift plant representing growth, endurance, and national resilience. In rusty or corroded condition, many of these design details may appear worn, darkened, or partially obscured, yet the unusual shape and wartime design still make the coin instantly recognizable to collectors. In general, the 1943 3 pence is not considered extremely rare in high mintage terms, as millions were produced for circulation. However, coins from wartime years are increasingly difficult to find in any condition, as many were lost, melted, or heavily worn through decades of use. In rusty or badly corroded condition, the coin's appeal shifts from perfection to authenticity. Some collectors actively seek damaged examples as affordable entry points into wartime numismatics, while others value them for educational displays that show the effects of age and circulation. The combination of wartime date, distinctive shape, and visible wear can actually enhance interest rather than eliminate it. When it comes to auction market value, condition plays a major role. A 1943 UK 3 pence in rusty or heavily corroded condition typically sells for modest amounts, but it still holds value beyond face worth. In most online auctions and collector marketplaces, such coins may range from approximately $122,000 US dollars, depending on how legible the date and main design elements remain. If the coin shows unusual corrosion patterns, strong remaining detail, or comes from a documented collection, it may sell for slightly more. While it will not reach the prices of uncirculated or proof examples, it still maintains steady demand among budget-conscious collectors. For collectors interested in owning a 1943 3 pence in damaged condition, authenticity should always come first. Make sure the date and design are clearly identifiable, even if corrosion is present. Avoid cleaning the coin aggressively, as this can further reduce its value and erase historical evidence of age. Storing the coin in a dry, protective holder can prevent additional deterioration. Collectors should also compare prices across auctions to avoid overpaying, remembering that the true value of such a coin lies in its history rather than its shine. Keeping notes about where and when the coin was acquired can add personal and educational value to your collection. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 3 pence of 1943 in rusty condition is a fascinating reminder of Britain's wartime past. While it may not be a high-priced rarity, it carries strong historical significance and steady collector interest. Its unique shape, wartime origin, and visible wear tell a story that polished coins sometimes cannot. For collectors who appreciate history, affordability, and authenticity, this humble 3 pence remains a meaningful and worthwhile piece. Next up, the United Kingdom 3 pence coin dated 1960, presented in fine condition. At first glance, this small coin may seem ordinary, but behind its modest appearance lies a rich history, unique design elements, and a collector market that continues to grow. In this video, we will uncover why the 1960 threepence still matters today, how condition affects its desirability, and what kind of auction market value it can achieve in US dollars. Whether you are a beginner collector or a seasoned numismatist, this coin has an interesting story to tell. The threepence coin has a long and complex history in the United Kingdom, dating back several centuries. By 1960, Britain was still using the pre-decimal monetary system, where 12 pence made 1 shilling and 20 shillings made 1 pound. The 1960 threepence belongs to the later phase of this system, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, whose portrait appears on the obverse. This period was marked by post-war recovery, modernization, and gradual changes that would eventually lead to decimalization in 1971. Although the threepence was already becoming less popular in everyday use by 1960, it remained legal tender and continued to be minted for circulation, making it an important transitional coin in British monetary history. One of the most distinctive aspects of the 1960 UK threepence is its 12-sided shape, which immediately sets it apart from most other British coins. Struck in a nickel-brass alloy, the coin has a yellowish tone that helped visually distinguish it from silver and bronze denominations. The obverse features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which is admired for its elegance and simplicity. On the reverse, the coin displays the iconic portcullis with chains, a design deeply associated with British parliamentary symbolism. In fine condition, many of these design elements remain sharp, with clear lettering, visible detail in the portcullis, and moderate where that reflects honest circulation rather than abuse. While the 1960 threepence is not considered extremely rare in absolute terms, collector interest increases when condition and preservation are taken into account. In damaged, corroded, or heavily worn condition, these coins are generally common and carry minimal value. However, even damaged examples still attract beginner collectors who want a complete date run of threepence coins. Rust-like discoloration, deep scratches, or bent edges significantly reduce desirability. That said, demand remains steady because the coin represents the final decades of the pre-decimal era, and many collectors enjoy owning examples that show clear signs of history and circulation, even if they are not in top condition. When it comes to fine condition, the 1960 UK threepence becomes more appealing in the auction market. In US dollar terms, a typical fine condition example may sell for approximately $216,000 depending on eye appeal and overall preservation. Coins closer to very fine or with strong original color can sometimes achieve prices slightly higher, especially in online auctions where international collectors compete. Uncirculated or proof-like examples can command significantly higher values, but even fine-condition coins remain affordable entry points for collectors. Market value also fluctuates based on demand, silver and metal interest trends, and the growing nostalgia for pre-decimal British coinage. For collectors interested in the 1960 threepence, condition assessment is key. Look for coins with even wear, readable inscriptions, and no major damage such as cracks or heavy corrosion. Cleaning should be avoided, as harsh cleaning can drastically reduce value and collector appeal. Storage is equally important. Keeping the coin in a protective holder or coin flip can prevent further wear and environmental damage. Collectors may also benefit from acquiring multiple examples in different conditions to better understand grading standards. Lastly, buying from reputable sellers or well-reviewed auctions helps ensure authenticity and fair pricing. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 3 pence 1960 coin may be small in size, but it carries significant historical and numismatic value. As a product of the late pre-decimal era, it reflects a changing Britain on the edge of monetary reform. In fine condition, it offers collectors an attractive balance between affordability, historical importance, and steady market demand. While it may not reach extremely high auction prices, its charm, distinctive design, and connection to Queen Elizabeth II make it a worthy addition to any collection. Next up, the United Kingdom threepence, dated 1937. Even when found in a dirty or heavily circulated condition, this small silver coin carries a surprising amount of historical importance and collector interest. In this episode, we will explore why the 1937 threepence still matters in the numismatic world, how its condition affects its desirability, and what kind of auction market value it can command today in US dollars. If you've ever come across an old, grimy threepence and wondered whether it's worth keeping, this video is for you. The 1937 threepence was struck during the early reign of King George VI, a pivotal period in British history. This was the first year of issue for George VI coinage following the abdication of his brother, King Edward VIII, in 1936. As a result, all coins dated 1937 hold special historical significance because they represent a new monarch and a fresh chapter for the United Kingdom. The threepence itself was a commonly used denomination in everyday transactions, especially for small purchases, making it a familiar coin to people of that era. Minted in .500 silver, the 1937 threepence reflects the gradual transition of British coinage away from higher silver content while still maintaining intrinsic metal value. One of the most distinctive aspects of the 1937 threepence is its design. The obverse features the crowned portrait of King George VI, facing left, with a dignified yet modest appearance that matched the king's public image. Surrounding the portrait is the Latin inscription identifying him as King and Emperor of India. On the reverse, the coin displays a Tudor rose with leaves and a crown above it, symbolizing England and the monarchy. The denomination 3 pence and the date 1937 are clearly inscribed, though on dirty or worn examples, these details may appear faded. Even in poor condition, the design elements are still recognizable, which adds to the coin's charm and collectability. In terms of mintage, the 1937 threepence is not extremely rare, as millions were produced for circulation. However, collector demand does not rely solely on rarity. Coins from the first year of a monarch's reign are always more desirable than later dates, and this gives the 1937 issue an advantage. Even in dirty or damaged condition, collectors often seek this coin to complete datesets or George VI type collections. While pristine examples attract serious investors, lower-grade coins appeal to beginner collectors and history lovers who want an affordable piece of the past. The fact that it contains silver also ensures ongoing interest, regardless of condition. When it comes to auction market value, condition plays a major role. A 1937 threepence in dirty or heavily circulated condition typically sells for lower prices compared to clean, well-preserved examples. In today's market, such coins often fetch between $124,000, depending on visibility of details, silver price fluctuations, and overall eye appeal. Coins with extreme wear, corrosion, or heavy dirt may sell closer to melt value, while those that are dirty but structurally sound can still attract competitive bids. Online auctions, coin fairs, and private sales all influence final prices, making each sale slightly different. For collectors who own or are considering purchasing a dirty 1937 threepence, the first rule is to avoid aggressive cleaning. Harsh cleaning can permanently damage the coin's surface and significantly reduce its value. Instead, leave the coin as it is or seek professional advice if conservation is necessary. Storing the coin in a dry, protective holder will help prevent further deterioration. Collectors should also familiarize themselves with genuine design details to avoid counterfeits and always compare prices across multiple auction platforms. Even low-value coins can become more desirable when silver prices rise or collector interest increases. In conclusion, the United Kingdom threepence of 1937 remains an intriguing and collectible coin, even in dirty condition. Its connection to the first year of King George VI's reign, its silver composition, and its classic design all contribute to steady demand in the numismatic market. While it may not make you rich overnight, it offers historical value, collectible appeal, and a modest auction price that makes it accessible to many collectors. If you enjoy owning tangible pieces of history, the 1937 threepence is a small coin with a big story. Next up, the United Kingdom 3 pence coin dated 1941, specifically in circulated condition. This small yet historically powerful coin tells a story of resilience during World War II and continues to capture the attention of collectors around the world. In this video, we will discuss its historical background, distinctive design features, rarity in circulated and damaged states, collector demand, and most importantly, its auction market value in US dollars. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a beginner curious about old British coins, this detailed guide will give you valuable insight. The 1941 3 pence coin was issued during one of the most challenging periods in British history, World War II. By this time, the United Kingdom was under immense economic and material pressure. Precious metals such as silver were urgently needed for the war effort, forcing the Royal Mint to change the composition of several coins. As a result, the 3 pence coin, which had previously been struck in silver, was produced in brass, making it lighter, more affordable, and easier to mint in large quantities. Despite the hardships of the time, these coins played an essential role in daily commerce, circulating widely among civilians during rationing and wartime shortages. One of the most striking features of the 1941 3 pence coin is its distinct 12-sided dodecagonal shape, which makes it immediately recognizable. The obverse features the portrait of King George VI, facing left, surrounded by a Latin inscription declaring his royal titles. The reverse displays a crowned shield with interlaced letters GR, symbolizing Georgius Rex, along with the date 1941. The brass composition gives the coin a golden brown tone, which often darkens or dulls in circulated examples due to oxidation and wear. Even in worn condition, these design elements remain clear enough to identify, adding to the coin's charm and historical character. While the 1941 3 pence is not considered extremely rare in terms of mintage, its wartime origin significantly boosts collector interest. Most surviving examples today are found in circulated or damaged condition, as these coins were heavily used during the war years. Coins showing smooth edges, faded portraits, surface scratches, or discoloration are common. Despite this, demand remains steady because collectors value the coin's historical importance rather than just its condition. Circulated examples are especially popular among beginner collectors and history enthusiasts who want an affordable piece of World War II-era Britain. In today's market, the value of a 1941 UK 3 pence in circulated condition is generally modest but stable. On online marketplaces and auctions, circulated examples typically sell for $433,000, depending on the level of wear and eye appeal. Coins with clearer details, minimal corrosion, and original color can reach $322,000. However, heavily damaged or corroded pieces may sell for under $1. Uncirculated or high-grade examples, while uncommon, can fetch $113,000 or more at auction, highlighting how condition plays a crucial role in valuation. For collectors interested in the 1941 3 pence, authenticity and condition should always be carefully examined. Look for consistent wear patterns rather than artificial damage, and avoid coins that show signs of harsh cleaning, as this can significantly reduce value. Storing brass coins in a dry, airtight holder will help prevent further oxidation. If possible, try to acquire examples with legible inscriptions and a clear date, as these are more desirable for long-term collecting. Even circulated coins can become more appealing when paired with other wartime issues as part of a themed collection. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 3 pence 1941 is a remarkable coin that represents resilience, adaptation, and everyday life during World War II. While circulated examples may not command high prices, their historical value and steady collector demand make them a worthwhile addition to any collection. With auction values ranging from just a few dollars to higher amounts in better condition, this coin remains accessible yet meaningful. If you enjoy collecting coins with real stories behind them, the 1941 3 pence is a small piece of history that speaks volumes. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more coin value and history videos.